Hi, hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Veronica and I'm a big lover of makeup, so if you want to see more reviews, looks and more fun videos, don't forget to subscribe. In today's video I'm so excited. We are doing a first impression with the limited edition Natasha Denona Pastel palette, and we're gonna do swatches, we're gonna do this eye look, and we're gonna compare it to the Lost in Los Angeles from beige Cosmetics. So if you're curious about that, please keep on watching. Hi guys, so in today's video we are doing a first impression with the Natasha Denona Pastel palette. I'm so excited. We are gonna do swatches, a look, and I'm gonna compare it to the Lost in Los Angeles by beige Cosmetics because I think some of you may have this one and it's a pastel palette, so maybe they will be similar, but we are gonna see. So this is the outer packaging. I really like the design, it's very simple and sleek. This is a midi palette and it's $65. It's actually my first midi palette. So the box has the same design as the palette. On the back you can see the ingredients, the name of the shadows, and more information that you may need. This is the front of the palette, and on the back, as you can see, it has these holes, so you can rearrange these shadows or just combine the shadows with other midi-size palette that you may have. And I really like that addition because I can just use these shadows to create other color stories, which I think it's amazing. We have a very beautiful mirror in here. It has just the plastic cover. Okay, so the mirror is really good quality, and this is the palette. I bought this palette at Sephora, so in some Sephoras could be already available, but on the Natasha Denona's website will be available on the 15th. And let's swatch it. First shade is called Tulle, and this one is a cream to powder bubblegum pink. Let's swatch it in here. Then we have Illusion, and this one it's a duochrome pink to peach, and it's so stunning. I really like it already. Then we have Mint Frost, and this shade is a icy metallic turquoise, and this one actually is a repeat from the Tropic palette. If you don't remember, I will put a picture in here. We have two shades that are repeats. I will mention the other one when we are swatching it. So this is the shade. It looks so stunning. I'm very excited to use this one. Then we have Bora, which is a cream to powder as well, and this one is a lilac. Then we have Dainty, which is another duochrome, and this one is a pink with some gold in it. Then we have Brisk, which is a matte pastel mint. The next one is called Adriatic, and it's a duochrome turquoise with gold. Next one is Starlet, and this one is a coral pink with some golden peach. Then we have Bellini, which is a pastel peach. Next one is another cream to powder. This one is just a stunning cornflower color. The next one is Limoncello, and this one is another repeat from the Tropics palette. And this one is a metallic pastel yellow. Next one is called Duet, and it's another duochrome. And this one is lilac teal. Then we have Irie, which is a matte sky blue pastel. The next one is called Zest, and is another cream to powder. And this one is a pastel lime. And the last one is Feather, and this one is a pastel lavender. And I don't know where to swatch it. We're gonna put it in here. Okay, so these are all the swatches. And now what I'm gonna do is search in the Lost in Los Angeles by BH for some similar shades, and I'm gonna swatch them below just to see if they are comparable or not. Okay, so I have a bunch of swatches in here. Let's go through them and have a conclusion. So first shade that I could find a similar kind of shade is the first shade in the Natasha Denona's palette, which is called Tulle, and this one is kind of close. The formulas are of course different, and this shade is this one in the BH palette. I think they are a bit similar. You're gonna see quite a pattern with this comparison because all of the Natasha Denona's eyeshadows are a bit more soft and more wearable, if I can say that, and the beige Cosmetics ones are just a bit more colorful, more punchy, so that's not a bad thing on either sides. But yeah, so these two are quite similar, but this one is a bit more softer. For the next two, this one is a duochrome, and the one from the beige, this one is just a shimmer. It's still gorgeous, but it's not a duochrome. I think that's another difference between these two palettes. Natasha Denona's shimmers are a bit more special. For the next one, we have Mint Frost, and I compare it to the Rush Hour from here, and they are actually a bit similar. This one is just a bit more green. Then the purples, again, they are quite similar, but the beige one is more punchy. This one is more soft. The next shade, I compare the mint shade, but this one is clearly a turquoise, so they are quite different. These two shades are very, very similar. This one is the Starlet shade, and I compare it to the Sunset Boulevard from here, which I think it's a very, very beautiful shade in the beige palette, and they are very similar in my opinion. They are really close. Then we have these two. This is Bellini from Natasha Denona, and this one is called Wiho, and is this one. And they are not that similar because the Natasha Denona's one is more orange, and this one has a lot more pink in it. And then I compared the golds, but they are again pretty different. This one is darker, and the limoncello one is more brighter. So all in all, I don't think they are that similar in concept. They are both pastel palettes, but as you can see, they are pretty different. The BH Cosmetics one is more colorful, and the Natasha Denona's eyeshadows are more softer, and I think that's the main difference. And the colors as well are pretty different. But even though they are different, I think they will work very beautifully together. So maybe I will do at some point Get Ready With Me and use both of them. So let's move into the look. I will use a bit of loose powder under the eyes, and I will put the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base, and I will zoom you in a bit as well. The real question is right now what I want to do. I really don't know. I think we are gonna do a purple and pink on the lid, and on the lower lash maybe we are gonna use some turquoisey shades. I'm not that sure yet, but we are gonna start with this shade Feather, and we are gonna blend that into the crease. Let's use Tulle. This is the cream to powder shade, and we are gonna build them on top of each other and see how dark these shades could get. So I'm still blending this on the crease, but just a bit lower. I really like the cream to powder formula from Natasha Denona because you can really build on top of it, and it's very easy to blend as well. Okay, now I'm using this brush and the shade Bora. This one is another cream to powder, but it's the purple shade. Of course, this is a pastel palette. We are not gonna do a very dark look, but maybe I will use a shimmer and wet my brush and then put this shade on top of it, because that may work, and we may have a darker outer edge. Next, I'm taking Duet, and I'm using a brush like this one, and I will spray the brush, and I will place this shimmer right in here on the outer part, and we are gonna use the finger as well, but this works really stunning with only brush as well. And after this we are gonna put the purple just on top. I'm putting just a tiny bit on top with my finger, and now I'm using the shade Bora again. I am curious though how this bubble shade will look on top of it in here. Oh, that's stunning. I just want to add a bit in here. I really like that. Yeah, so those two cream to powders, the Bora shade and the bubble, they are so stunning together. Let's use Dainty, and I will put it right here with my finger. For the lower lash, I think I'm gonna start with Adriatic, because if I'm wetting my brush, I think this shimmer will look gorgeous. And then we are gonna put some Mint Frost on the inner part in here, and then some Brisk. And for the inner corner, I think we are gonna use Limoncello and Illusion on top. This is a very interesting duochrome, so I want to use that as well. And it looks like this. I really like this shade. It's very, very beautiful. And usually if you spray a shimmer, you can easily put it on the lower lash as well. Let's put a bit of the Brisk shade as well. This one is the Pastel Mint, and I want to use it in here. I'm using a bit of Mint Frost right now, and I will put it on top of the other two, spraying this brush as well. Let's put it right here. It will add just a bit of shimmer and a bit of dimension. Okay, now it's time for the inner corner, so limoncello. And I will blend this one in here and into the lower lash as well. Okay, and last but not least, Illusion, just on top of limoncello. Oh, this Illusion shade is so gorgeous. Okay, let's get rid of any fallout and the powder. And this is the eye look without any mascara or pencils. Okay, and now I'm gonna put some mascara and some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put some lashes on, and this is the final look. I really like it. It's very soft and very springy, but it's really stunning. I put on the waterline the fresh shade from LA Girl, the pencil, and now I'm realizing that I'm matching the palette. I didn't do that on purpose, but I'm matching it, so that's gorgeous. All in all, I really like the palette. I think the formula is the great Natasha Denona's formula, but you need to realize that this is a pretty soft palette. So if you want something very colorful, dark or something like that, this is not it. So for me, this palette will be a perfect companion palette. The mattes, I think, are perfect to put into the crease or in the inner corner as a pop of color. The shimmers are just stunning. You can use them however you like. But for the mattes, I think they will be very great in addition to other darker palettes. Okay, so if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, please subscribe and give it a like, and I will see you next time.